Hi there, welcome in. Today we're going to be talking about the parts of QuickBooks you'll actually use as a bookkeeper. A lot of times people start learning QuickBooks, or even the QuickBooks training is a little bit saturated with a lot of stuff you won't really use as a bookkeeper. QuickBooks has developed into a full accounting and payroll software. It is not just a bookkeeping software. So there's going to be many parts of it that you do not use as a bookkeeper. So the first thing is you definitely are going to use the bank transactions section. That's where you're going to spend most of your time. The bank transactions section is where your client's accounts will be linked, and that's where you'll categorize the transactions. As a bookkeeper, that is where you do most of the work. The next part you will use is the chart of accounts. Now, a lot of the things that you're going to use tie into the bank transaction section because you'll be creating and kind of making vendors and stuff in there. But the chart of accounts, that's going to list all of their accounts, all their categories, any assets. Every category that they have will be listed inside the chart of accounts. So you will use that section. The customer hub section you'll definitely use. Not all clients will use this. This is if the client sends invoices. So you may use that sometimes to match invoices and see what's outstanding, that kind of thing. But the customer section, I would say 2 out of 10 of my clients use QuickBooks to manage their customers. The next section you're going to use is vendors and expenses. You're definitely going to use this section. This is going to be the list of all the people that they pay, all the businesses, and this is the list that you're going to be compiling while you're doing the bookkeeping. While you're adding all the transactions, you're going to be setting up these vendors and categories. The next section you'll use is reconcile. So after everything's added, your last step would be reconciling. You definitely use that as a bookkeeper. And then the last section would be the reports section. Now, QuickBooks does auto-generate the reports for you, but you will use that section to run reports and send them off to your clients. Now, let's tie it all together. So how it really works with QuickBooks is you're going to have the client's account. In the banking section, you're going to have all those accounts linked. All of the information that's entered into the transactions inside of banking, that's going to go to the vendor section, to the chart of accounts section, to the report section. So everything kind of ties into what you're entering into the software. And then ultimately with the goal of sending reports off to clients. Now, the reason I say you don't have to learn the payroll section and the accounting section and all of that is because as someone who's been in bookkeeping for 10 years, I didn't even offer accounting level services until many, many years later. So most beginners, when they're starting bookkeeping, they're only going to offer the basic adding the transactions, reconciling the accounts, and sending the reports. And those are the sections you need to complete the bookkeeping tasks. Bookkeeping has been a game changer for me and many of my members. It's allowed a lot of us to not have 9 to 5 and have control over our schedule and have control over our income, work from home, stay home with our kids, work from our laptop. I have a student who just likes to take vacations and move around. So she has a very flexible business. So bookkeeping is a great remote option. If you're interested to see if it's a good fit for you, look at the link in my bio. It's going to give you access to my free 3-day workshop. Inside the workshop, you'll get to see all about bookkeeping. You'll get to see me do it on a client and kind of how the business model works. It'll also give you a free 30 to 60-day launch plan that you can use to get started and see if bookkeeping is a great fit for you. If you like this video, please like, share, comment, subscribe, and I will be posting new content at least weekly. So I'm going to be posting more about bookkeeping, student success stories, about the business model. I'm just going to make this channel all about education around the bookkeeping industry and the bookkeeping business model. If you have any questions, you can also leave them in the comments.